Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now we're going to look at the chart, see where we're heading. We're also going to take a look at the SEC news as well, which we do have an appeal in by the SEC now. So that has now gone in. So James Filan is reporting that it is all in. That's all confirmed. Now XRP is held up beautifully well, as you can see. XRP is obviously heading up to all-time sort of highs, depending on which exchange you're looking at the moment. So yeah, XRP currently trading at $3.36 at the moment. So on the week, if we just measure up from sort of Sunday, sort of open Monday, we're up around 35-36%. So we're doing okay. Historically, we've done anywhere from 80 to 680%. Yeah. So historically, XRP has done a lot better within this week. Okay. So yeah, historically it is a fantastic week for XRP. Okay. However, obviously, I've been stipulating that we could be looking at rolling over to this 200-day moving average and take out these two shells. So it looks as if XRP could potentially be experiencing a blow off top. Okay. Again, guys, this is all historical data, so I'll just present to you guys what I'm seeing in the charts. Okay. So it's up to you guys to make an informed decision. Yeah. There's a lot of content out there which is very, very bullish. Yeah. Eventually, I was part of the previous cycle where it was literally up, 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 up. And eventually, what happens is you end up hodling the bag back down to square one. And this is what I don't want to happen to myself and some of the viewers that, are clearly watching my content and, orgies in the space. So I'm always about preserving capital. Now, if I miss out on gains, that's fair enough, yeah? If you organised a bank heist, do you think you're going to get every penny out of the vault? No, you're probably not. If you fucking go and heist a fucking jeweler store, you just want to you smash and grab, you're in and out. Do you know what I'm saying? And then obviously you can go back in at a later date and collect more bags, possibly a different branch. So I hope that analogy works in some respects, okay. But what I'm saying is, like, anytime the markets do pump, there's a reason for it pumping, and the markets will be looking at taking those profits back. The money that pumps in, they will be looking at, receiving, more crypto, if you will. These market makers and smart money are very, very smart and intelligent in what they do. They're using algorithms, AI probably by this stage. So they're very, very difficult to trade. But having said that, this is why I do like lagging sort of cryptos as well. Initially, we did thought Gala was going to run up. I didn't expect this official breakout with XRP until this week, to be honest with you. And the fact that we didn't get the law in 33 weeks after the halving kind of threw me off. So, you know what? I missed out on some tremendous gains, and I will apologise for anybody who's sort of taken my non-financial advice and, acted upon and executed any sort of, exiting positions on XRP, for example. But ultimately, we know where XRP is going. It's going to get to some remarkable figures. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't actually play catch up and make similar or probably more gains just because we're yet to get moving. So Gala is one of the tokens that I cover pretty much in most of my videos. So Gala is back above 4 cents now. So Gala is only up after this big retracement here since sort of US elections. We're only up about 120%, where, for example, like something like XRP, that's up over like 500-600%, I believe. So if we was actually to start running up, in fact, let's just measure it. Let's go over to the XRP chart now. Yeah, because we've still not reached settlement yet with XRP. So if we go up here and we measure up, so we've measured up about 570%. So that's decent, yeah. Nothing to grumble about. People who cashed out at like $562, you're still 3-4 extra capital, yeah. So some really good gains that are being banked here. The thing is, people that hodl in the bag, yes, the portfolios may look pretty, but they got that mentality where they're just going to hodl, and there's a good chance they will continue to hodl until they fall off the end of the cliff when they do experience those 80% drops. And that's when you require that 400% gain just to break even. Okay, so you've just got to weigh up the risk to reward. So that is XRP, 570%. So if Gala was to do something similar, which I do feel is capable, because historically we have done some similar moves in the past with Gala. So if we was just to measure up now, let's just clear this TA up a little bit, just make it a little bit more sort of pleasing, if you will. So if we was to run up about 570%, play catch up around here. So let's just have a look at the gains in the table now from current price action. I would say a good 200%, which again would put us on top of this shelf. So that is a feasible sort of price that I would expect sort of Gala to get up to. So that would be trading at around 12 cents. So there's no reason why Gala can't 3x now. Yeah, we've done this big move. This was a weekly candle here. We actually moved up 635%, and that was only in the previous cycle. So Gala is more than capable of doing these sort of big moves. Yeah, 200 to 635% in a week. And we do know historically this is the sort of week we do get going. We are ahead of schedule, which is why I find it a little bit sus. And usually, if it smells like a rat, it usually is. However, the markets are proving me wrong at the moment. And again, I don't mind holding my hands up. Again, I'm happy to flip flop. This is what trading's all about because crypto is very fast paced environment. One minute it looks as if we're breaking structure. The next minute we're getting strong closes. The next minute we're seeing a death cross. The next minute we're looking bullish on a different time frame. So there's fucking millions of things that we have to consider as technical analysis. Yeah, and you get it wrong once, no, everybody forgets everything that you've done throughout like the history of your TA sort of journey, and everybody will just hang up on that. Yeah, so it is what it is. It's like trust. The minute you get something wrong, or the minute you betray someone, nobody forgets it, and nobody can go back. But the thing is, there's only the best traders in the world only get it right 40% of the time, and this is what the average trader, the average speculator doesn't understand, and this is where a lot of the hate and frustration comes from. I'm absolutely fuming at myself that I didn't stay in XDC longer, because I did rotate out of XRP into XDC, and we did outperform it. You can see over on the pair. The pair's doing really well at the moment, so XDC is outperforming. So this is where I traded out, yellow line. So initially I was outperforming XRP, and at the time, it's up 20%. Again, I rotated into Gala, Velo before I did come all out, and I did save a considerable amount of money. Yeah, I must have saved about 20 to 25% of my capital when I exited the market, and then obviously it's run up a little bit, so I'm probably a little bit better off than what I would be if I was just hodling. So the fact that I've been trading, I'm still up. Yeah, I've still outperformed my hodling portfolio, which is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm very pleased with that at the moment. Okay, let's just have a look at the narrative with Dodge as well. Let's see where that is in terms of TA. The reason being is because obviously Trump comes into office like this time next week, and I do believe obviously Elon Musk has got a massive affiliation now with Trump's sort of administration. So Dogecoin's obviously going to get a mention. It looks as if we're closing upon and we're holding support of this 50-day moving average for Dogecoin, and it looks as if we are going to get a positive close above this sort of resistance line. So what I'm saying is the narrative next week, especially going into the sort of administration, I do believe these sort of gaming coins and sort of meme coins, for example, like Dogecoin, maybe Shiba Inu, they can all run up massively, yeah? Because we're yet to sort of see that sort of euphoric action since the turn of the year, unlike the sort of the sort of ISO coins, for example, like XDC. Now, XDC is very peculiar at the moment, so this is what's telling me the top is going on in now for these ISO coins, because XDC has outperformed XRP. That's factual information, yeah. You can't argue with that. So I initially portrayed this is Elliott wave theory again. So if I'm wrong, I've applied the TA. Whether I applied the TA is correctly, I don't know. But in terms of what I'm seeing here, this is a perfect sort of scenario, yeah. So it's all educated sort of executions when we are deploying capital into the market. So 5-wave theory, Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this 5th wave, this is subjective. So initially, usually we move about a 618 sort of length to this number 3 wave down here. Yeah, so this can go higher or lower. So it's very, very difficult to sort of, you're almost guesstimating where this XDC is going. So you can be wrong on this 5th wave because you don't know how high it's going to go. Yeah, but ultimately, do you want to be buying a 5th wave in an Elliott Wave theory. Yeah. Yes, it can go higher, but is it worth the risk to reward, especially when we could be looking at an ABC correction? Again, guys, these dates can move, so I'm just giving you guys a rough idea of how I see XDC moving. And if this is happening on XDC, there's a good chance that's going to happen with the X family, so XLM and XRP. We're up at all-time highs now with XRP, so you know, you don't have to be a TA analyst or look at the markets from day to day. You know, it's just basic 101 investing. Yeah. You buy low and you sell high. It's simple as that, guys. So, again, XRP can run higher, XDC can run higher. Yeah. But for me, I think we're going to face exhaustion pretty soon. Now, Bitcoin is important to look at. The reason being is because it is creating a shelf here. Yeah, so this is probably going to be some sort of important sort of infrastructure moving forward. Now, on the daily candle, Bitcoin is actually rejecting on this resistance. We've had the head and shoulder pattern, so it looks bearish, which is why I've been bearish coming into this week, just because we've got going earlier than anticipating, especially with XRP. Yeah, we got going on the 5th of November as opposed to this week. Yeah, even though we're seeing like a parabolic move now. Yeah, so Bitcoin's not looking good. So Bitcoin dominance is going to fall, which usually triggers altcoin market. But that doesn't mean altcoins cannot fall or tank to the downside before we really do get rallying. So I do believe we're going to have this next couple of weeks is going to be bullish over the sort of Donald Trump coming in. That will then maintain a lot of retail into the market. So that's important, that the sentiment and retail traders are heavily invested. You know, we need retail traders to be all in. Then the smart money steps in with this Fed meeting, which is why I'm in Gala up until around the 27th, the day before this next FOMC meeting. So interest rates are pivotal in movements in the market. Now, the last time we did have a FOMC meeting was on the 7th of November, and this is what triggered XRP. Yeah, so these are massive. So if we just come down here now, let me scroll out to the bottom of here. So we got, people could argue, yes, we set off at US elections, so that is probably obviously a strong catalyst. Okay. However, the last FOMC meeting was here on the 7th on this red line. Okay. Now you can see here, this is where we actually broke out on the FOMC meeting. And we see that sort of golden cross where the sort of 50-day comes through to the 200-day, yeah? Now, we've only revisited, I don't even know if we've actually got a bounce here. We've not actually tapped, so let me just delete that line. We've not even tapped the 50-day moving average, so this is what I mean. XRP is very risky, and this is what I want to share with my viewers. XRP is risky. I'm not trying to create FUD. Ultimately, I'm trying to save people from losing money because, you know, I'd rather leave money on the table as opposed to losing 80%, yeah, because it's a lot harder. I've been stressing this and I've been shouting from the rooftops. It's a lot harder to recover your losses than if you was to leave money on the table, yeah. You're never going to catch tops and bottoms exactly, yeah. So, again, guys, not financial advice. You guys can do what you want. We're just going to go over to Velo as well. Velo's looking really good, actually. Again, guys, just bear that in mind. So, like I said, I'm going to run it up until 27th. Reason being, the interest rate, I've probably mentioned this earlier in the video with the interest rates. I think they're going to cut the frequency of the rate cuts down, which is obviously, you know, bad news for crypto. But yeah, we'll go over to Velo now. So Velo's looking really good. Velo can run up big time here, but you can see here we've broken out, but it seems like we're lacking a little bit of strength really, because you would have thought with Velo, you thought, right, okay, let's get a daily close above this sort of head and shoulder pattern here, invalidate that structure. We get a close outside of the sort of massive sort of macro infrastructure with these blue trend lines. But we've yet to get going. Like, if we was going to get going, I would have said Thursday, Friday. This is supposedly the most bullish week in sort of crypto cycle. So it's very sus at the moment. It's like there's not enough sort of impetus or sort of, you know, volume or like real explosiveness. Yeah. XRP looks pretty because it's at all-time highs. But if you move from only like $3 to $3.30, it looks 30 cents seems like a massive jump. It's literally 10%, so it's nothing to form into. Yeah, so just got to be careful out there, guys. I always recommend having some dry powder in case of eventualities. Make sure you're hedging your bets. That way, you're in a win-win situation. But yeah, I hope this TA helps. Again, never financial advice, but I've been the Block Ball. I hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure to like, share, subscribe as always. Until next time, Block Ball is over and out.